Is your firm suffering from a lack of high quality leads? Are you looking to grow your law firm and smash through roadblocks? Do you hit a peak in your lead generation and are looking to move past that? Would you like to increase the amount of high quality leads for your law firm every month on demand with consistency and predictability? Are you tired of inconsistent months? Have you heard it and seen it all and are now sick and tired of spinning your wheels only to end up where you were yesterday? If so, then I have great news for you. Because I'm about to reveal how to overcome those challenges and what it takes to flood your firm with piping hot leads. Now, the challenges I mentioned a second ago, such as the lack of hot leads, not having consistent great months, and not being able to predict your revenue, are challenges that a lot of debt settlement firms and attorneys go through. You see, many attorneys want to grow their firm and be successful, so they open up their doors and get placed on a search engine map. That's good enough to bring in clients, and after some success, there comes a point in time where they end up spinning their wheels and lose all control. They start to use terms such as it's slow, it's downtime, peak season isn't here, but we should start picking up by summer. Their revenue becomes dictated by their prospects' emotions, prospects' readiness, and major competing law firms. Even worse, their revenue is at the mercy of a rigged up Google search engine. And this is a result of what I call hope marketing, where business runs on good faith and trust, and the idea that just because they have their firm open, everything will be okay. And sadly, this is the reality for law firms that can't pull in the amount of hot leads they want at will. And when someone mumbles peak season isn't here, let me reassure you, it has nothing to do with peak season. It means that firm has no control of its success, and there's a deeper underlying root issue. To be frank with you, there are firms that just don't worry about downtime. Yeah, you could have spikes where your phone is ringing off the hook and where your champagne bottles crack open for the weekend, but that just means you came from a bad month. Then the other big idea is to get on the top 3 spots of Google, but the problem with that is there are only so many keywords to compete for, and then you are competing for anything higher than 4th place on the first page. Otherwise, it's a complete gamble. Anything on the second page is near invisible to the market. Let's face it, most firms need more than just simple marketing. Because you would want your revenue to be at its peak each month and maximize the profits you gain from your market. So the point where you don't experience a bad month at all. Why? Because I don't care how many TV commercials you've been on, the second you notice yourself in the middle of a downhill, you've lost full control of your firm and your marketing. And that is the result of the lack of past years of poor planning, not having great marketing, and not having a solid system in place, and not systematically performing cutting-edge research that's current today. Being out of control is often accepted by society because it's just the way things work, and a bad month or two is viewed as normal. And I'm here to tell you that it's not, because unless you aren't interested in running a high-performing law firm, then comfortability is slowly killing you. High-performing law firms have the type of control where they dictate their months, and they're okay with their average because it exceeds their expectations. No attorney opens a firm to be okay. They come in wanting to thrive and have a great performing firm so they can retire and not have to work for the rest of their lives. But most live in a constant fear that great months will suddenly come to a stop, especially if their competitor steps up their game and takes the lion's share of prospects in the market. The idea of sales just completely plummeting one day is scary and frustrating for you and your staff. But sadly, this is the reality most attorneys face. The number of attorneys that can say they have a solid winning track record each month is small. Each day, your hard work and experimentation to keep your firm growing or to just keep it alive often meet the unexpected unknown spikes of random luck. Your firm may grow today, but if it doesn't grow today, perhaps it'll grow tomorrow. Maybe it will be successful for a good while, and maybe it will go on longer than expected, but who really knows? I'll tell you who does. Only debt settlement firms with advanced systems in place can truly say, when I snap my fingers, the lion's share of prospects are mine. I want to tell you how to get to this level, but by now you may be wondering who I am. Hi, my name is Ryan Vaca. I specialize in helping attorneys in the debt settlement practice area increase the amount of quality leads they are getting and decrease the amount of time spent with non-qualified prospects. A little about me. I spent the last 10 years mastering the art of persuasion, sales, and marketing, and the last 4 years immersing myself in the skill of direct response copywriting, which is using the written word to increase sales through ads, website copy, and any other part of a marketing funnel online or offline. For the past 4 years, I have been committed to helping seasoned entrepreneurs implement predictable, proven systems to grow their business into one that has greater control of their results, along with increasing automation within a business, saving time, maintaining quality, and increasing profits. It has been my mission to help other entrepreneurs create hyper-growth within their business in the fastest amount of time possible. I know firsthand what it's like to waste a lot of time and experience no movement in my business and life. And I know what it's especially like to deal with dozens of non-qualified prospects each week. It all adds up with time wasted and less deals closed. I'm a believer in speed, and speed comes from a combination of accurate, intelligent thinking, quality, and fast movement. After being a sales rep selling debt settlement and dealing with root issues firsthand, and after years of witnessing what has worked for various debt settlement firms and what hasn't, I have decided to specifically dedicate myself to helping debt settlement attorneys gain a chokehold in their marketing and the lion's share of profits in their region. And in the next few moments, I'm going to share exactly how to grow your debt settlement firm and give your sales team piping hot leads, increasing the percentage of clients your firm is closing per month. I'm also going to show you the biggest mistake debt settlement firms are making that destroy any chances of new prospects going to your firm for help. What will steer a great prospect away from you as soon as they land on your site. The 2 things successful debt settlement firms do to have the lion's share of prospects dialing your phone number. You see, I've spent a great amount of time working in highly successful debt settlement firms and firms that lack quality leads or don't get any at all. And I've seen their sales team walk away because they just couldn't make it with the poor quality leads they were getting. And I paid particular attention to what exactly makes debt settlement firms thrive. And now I have committed myself to helping debt settlement firms who are committed to these 3 things: exploding their revenue, having a predictable stream of highly qualified prospects, and having great enthusiasm during the process. If you're looking to take your firm to greater heights and have predictability, then you are in the right place and you're going to love what I have to share with you. Because debt settlement firms that are lacking predictability the most experience the following. They lack the right leads, leaving their sales team frustrated. They don't have a sales team. Their marketing or website doesn't convert. They want greater success, but aren't sure how to make it happen. Now, the best thing about having predictability in your firm is you multiply the number of new clients you enroll each month. It's based on proven results. You take your revenue to greater heights. Your revenue and the longevity of your business is no longer a guessing game. Instead, it's based on consistency. And all you need to do is be ready to accept clients. Before we go any further, I want to bring up 2 categories most law firms fall into. Grinders, firms who make some money sometimes and no money when it's a bad season. And they're at the mercy of Google search engines, experimenting with new campaigns that may or may not work, and gets left with the same results. Then there's rainmakers, firms who are absolutely crushing it, making more and more money and spending less and less time doing it. The secret behind rainmakers is that they set systems in place to have tons of money come in. The CEO isn't in the trenches, but focused on the growth of the firm. What is it about attorneys that have a powerful, thriving law firm that lets them spend time with their family, take vacations whenever they want, and pay off their mortgage? After witnessing dozens of successful law firms, the rainmakers have two things in place, while the grinders only have one of the two, and sometimes none. And the truth is, you have to have both in place to get the success that you want. If you have both, it becomes very easy and predictable to get the lion's share of prospects and explode your revenue. The best way I can explain this to you is with a blast from the past. You see, before the 1700s, there was manual labor, where everyone did things the hard way. Items were built inside people's homes, and you often had dozens of men working in various processes for production. This was time-consuming. Life was much harder then because so much work had to be put in to create special items. Then in the 1700s, when the Industrial Revolution began, machines started popping up that took a lot of time off producing certain items, making the labor that had to be put in a lot easier. Then by 1908, credit was given to Henry Ford for implementing mass production techniques. And throughout the 1950s and 1960s, engineers around the world started experimenting with robotics as a means of industrial development. They wanted to work smarter instead of working harder. General Motors utilized its own robotic arm on the assembly line in 1961. In 1969, Stanford engineer Victor Sheenman created the Stanford Arm, a 6-axis robot that could move and assemble parts in a continuous, repeated pattern. This invention expanded robot use in ways that are applied in today's modern assembly line. In the Netherlands, production is completed by a number of robot arms assigned to specific tasks in a factory called Philips Electronics. Production is now fully automated with machines and robots. Manual labor has been reduced by 97% today compared to how it used to be in the past due to the implementation of automation and highly intelligent leverage. Now I want you to pause for a moment and let this next point really sink in because it's a big one and it's almost the exact opposite to what everybody else out there is doing. Just like how manual labor was quickly replaced by robots, I believe this is the next step for all businesses. You see, many retail stores and malls are shutting down now because of the automation Amazon.com has in place. Fast food restaurants plan to be 100% automated. Japan is already ahead of the game. They have 5 vending machines at every corner, completely reducing the need to dine in at a restaurant or order takeout. And I believe the same should be done to generate clients. Today in marketing, we're repeating history of the manual labor obsession. Greater leverage remains invisible, and people stick to doing what everyone else is doing. A little SEO here and there, manually qualify and disqualify each lead that comes in, taking up extremely valuable time that could be focused on growing the company and optimizing each salesperson's time. And wait for peak season. Most law firms are obsessed with hope marketing or trying out bits and pieces of a system that could work or getting high rankings on Google. While being at the top of Google is great, it's a mistake to get comfortable with that idea. You're competing for keywords. The next update will plummet your lead generation efforts and profits. Words for search engines, self-search engines, not people, making a fundamental flaw that has a percentage of prospects going over to your competition with a more powerful message that isn't selling to a search engine. Your conversions suffer because of poorly written marketing. And if it's your only focus, you leave money on the table. Now remember how I told you the successful debt settlement firms who are killing it have 2 things in place that the grinders and struggle bunnies don't? Well, those 2 things are powerful leverage that magnetizes high quality targeted traffic, a system that will convert that traffic into paying clients, And part of that system is setting up a filtering system, then having that traffic run through it so you only get qualified leads, saving you time, money, and energy. Now let's talk about how we can get a predictable system in place for generating high quality leads that get you the lion's share of clients instead of your competitors starting today. There's only two things that matter when you have a law firm, and they're generating high quality leads and sales calls and closing more sales calls. If you're not making the income you want in your law firm, then let me ask you these two questions. Are you happy with the amount of new clients you are getting each month? What did you do in the last 7 days to increase the amount of clients you are getting? You see, when you have a law firm, it's very easy to get distracted by all the various ways to make money and try and generate new clients. But the reality is that you only need to do these two things. The rainmaker law firms, the big time law firms with large profits and true liquid wealth have a predictable method for generating clients, and they know these two things. How to magnetize and generate high quality leads, how to acquire a client with a predictable system. When you have a predictable system for generating clients and you know these two things, every month becomes a big win instead of a guessing game, because running a law firm is not a game. While the grinders and struggle bunnies are looking to pull a new rabbit out of the hat to get some new clients to cover their rent and expenses, and thoroughly thinking out a plan B that involves hiring another marketer if things don't work out, the rainmakers are spending a predictable amount of money to generate a predictable amount of new clients and a predictable amount of new profits. So what does this system look like? Well, it starts with putting a magnetic system in place that pulls in specific targeted traffic. The results of executing this correctly is that you will have a predictable way to increase the percentage of clients you are getting each month, maybe even double or triple the clients you are getting. The most important thing is that it will actually happen with predictability and through actual testing. And the best part, you will know down to the dollar and day how your business and marketing effort will perform. You will finally be able to take the lion's share of clients in your market at will that moves your business forward when and where you need it. Cracking the code. To execute this predictable system correctly, you need to have your message, media, market, and an advanced system in place firing at all angles. When you have these four things in alignment, you unlock a tsunami cash flow for your firm. But you have to have the right system in place to do this and get the results I'm talking about. And you can do it the hard way, which is like going up to a lock and trying to guess the code, but you know there are more than 10,000 possible combinations to a 4-digit lock. Well, you can try and crack it yourself, and who knows, maybe you'll find a combination that works in a year or 2 or 3, but most likely never. Or you can do it the easy way and just get the code to unlock it and get the results immediately. By now you are wondering how you can implement this predictable system in my business that can double, triple, or quadruple the amount of clients you are getting per month. And this is perfect for you if you are looking to generate more high-value leads for your firm, reduce your workload, skyrocket your revenue, create stability for you, your partners, and your staff, create predictability for your firm, and attract highly qualified leads with predictability down to the dollar. If that sounds like you, then great, because right now I'm looking for a few more dream clients where I can help them get these kind of massive results that I've shared with you. That's why for a limited time, I like to work with you in a 45-minute marketing strategy session if you meet the following criteria in the next slide. See, I work with primarily 3 types of clients. Attorneys who want to generate piping hot leads who are ready to become a client and don't penny pinch or delay decisions. People who want to improve their sales conversions and get clients who are more likely to make a decision on the first call. Attorneys who want to deal with highly qualified prospects so that they can make more money while dealing with less work, unpredictability, and headaches. So here's how the process works. We will be focused on a specific and custom tailored strategy and execution to help you solve the two biggest problems that most data settlement firms face. Number one being traffic and generating the targeted segment of high value clients who are ready to become a client, and conversion and making sure that you have a system that takes traffic and converts it into paying customers in a predictable down to the dollar day fashion. This marketing strategy session will take around 45 minutes, and you will be speaking with me personally, and I'll be helping you identify what you've already got and helping you put together a strategy to dramatically grow your business by 3, 4, even 5 times without increasing the amount of time you spend in your business. So who is this for? Well, this is for attorneys that aren't experiencing the revenue they want, or attorneys that simply want to grow and expand nationally. Attorneys who truly believe they can dominate their market and have the will to do so. Attorneys who truly value helping others and getting their clients the best value, the best results they possibly can. Attorneys who have great customer service and always treat their clients well. Someone who's willing to have major skin in the game and understand that they need to invest money to grow their business and take it to the next level. Working with me as a client is not cheap, but most of my clients have made more than their investment within the first 2 months, and then they want to stick with me for the long term because they see the results. Look, I'm known to be a difficult person to hire because I don't just work with anyone, and I wouldn't want to not for any amount. So who is this not for? This is not for anyone who's comfortable with how their firm is running and not looking to grow, who's not open to discussing the revenue and numbers on a strategy call, who's not interested in dominating their market, who puts customer service last. Those who are absolutely worried or nervous about investing their firm to magnetize more deals and make more money. And anyone not serious about scaling their firm and skyrocketing their revenue in the next 12 months. Now, knowing that we're a good fit is crucial because I like to get all of my clients' results and work with them for the long term. Now, in order to do that, I need to help them get a quick ROI, and the truth is that there are some people who I cannot help. If that happens to be the case, I will be 100% upfront with you and suggest somebody else or an alternative. I'm only looking for those who are a good fit and who I am certain I can get results for. Now, all you need to do is fill out the application by clicking the button below for a private strategy session. I don't share any information. All information discussed is 100% confidential. Now, this application is important to determine whether to make sure I can help you and to see if I'm the best person for those results. And it will show me that you're the type of stand-up person that's ready to invest their time, commit, and take action that's going to help your law firm. Once I receive your application, you'll immediately be able to schedule a date and time where we will have a strategy session, and this is going to be our first step in working together to figure out what you want and how to make this happen in the fastest amount of time possible so you won't have to worry about good and bad months and unpredictability. Please note that as soon as I receive your application, it will actually be a pending application, and I will let you know whether you are qualified for a strategy session. Then at the end of the call, 1 or 2 things will happen. You'll be a great fit, and I'll extend an invitation to work with me as one of my clients, or it simply won't be a good fit, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Because the important thing is, at least you tried, and no matter what, you're on the path to taking your firm to greater heights. There won't be any hard feelings or obligations. It will be an attempt on both our parts to help you. And as soon as I finish writing my book on law firm marketing, I'll send it to you as a gift for having a strategy session with me. And regardless, you receive a great strategy session that will give you some things to consider and take away. You'll find out what's holding you back, and you'll dig deeper into the blockages that's costing your firm money each month, along with the exact steps necessary to take action and break through your barriers. It will be the most powerful 45 minutes you invest in your business this year. So if you're completely serious about having your strategy session with me, go ahead and complete your application now, and we'll see if we're a good fit for doing business together. I'm currently taking on a limited number of clients in each state to avoid competition, and every new client I work with has me booked for 1 to 3 months because of the intense one-on-one time needed in order to provide you with results, and because, as I said before, I only work with clients who I know with certainty and conviction that I can generate them results and a return on their investment. Out of every 15 clients that apply, I can only work with 2 of these clients at a time to ensure I am gaining only the best clients by my side. So with that being said, please understand that this window of opportunity won't be available for long, and what I have found is those who have the ability to make decisions and act quickly are the most likely to get results and most likely to become my best clients and crush it together for years to come. So if you feel like this is right for you, go ahead and apply right now by clicking the button below to see if you qualify, and go ahead and follow the instructions on the next page. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.